Imagine a classroom of teenagers forced onto an isolated island and ordered to kill each other until only one survives. This isn't a video game. This isn't a nightmare. This is Battle Royale, one of the most shocking and controversial films ever made in Japan. Released in 2000, it pushed cinema to its limits, with a blend of teenage innocence, raw violence, and social critique. For some, it was art. For others, it was pure danger. It became a movie so disturbing that politicians tried to erase it. Schools feared it, and audiences whispered about it like forbidden fruit. To this day, Battle Royale is remembered as the movie that dared to weaponize youth rebellion and turn it into a bloody spectacle. At the heart of the film was a cast that brought chilling authenticity to the story. The protagonist, Shuya Nanahara, was played by Tatsuya Fujiwara, who would later rise to international fame as Light Yagami in the Death Note live-action films. His performance captured the mix of innocence and desperation of a boy thrown into a world where his classmates are forced to be executioners. Aki Maeda took on the role of Noriko Nakagawa, Shuya's closest companion, embodying loyalty, compassion, and the hope of survival in a hopeless game. But towering over them all was veteran actor Takeshi Kitano, not just a film star, but an iconic director in his own right. As the ruthless teacher Kitano, he delivered a performance that blurred the line between cold authority and broken humanity. His presence gave the movie a chilling anchor, as if society itself was watching and judging. Around them, dozens of teenage actors gave performances that felt terrifyingly real, as if they too had been trapped in this twisted experiment. Following a recession, a pass is an act to curb juvenile delinquency by selecting a junior high school class at random to participate in a yearly game called Battle Royale. Junior high schooler Shuya Nanahara struggles to process his fathers. His friend Yoshitoki Kuninobu stabs their teacher Kitano, who subsequently resigns. Shuya's classmate, Noriko Nakagawa, secretly keeps Kuninobu's knife. 1 year later, Shuya's class fall asleep on a school bus, having been gassed, and awaken on a remote island. Kitano explains that they were chosen to participate in the annual Battle Royale. They have 3 days to fight to the death until a victor emerges. Explosive colors will kill uncooperative students or those within prohibited areas. Each student is provided rations, a map, supplies, and a random weapon. Kitano then kills 2 of the students, including Kuninobu. 12 students die within the first 6 hours, 4 by suicide, mysterious. Abused loner Mitsuko Suma and brutal high schooler Kazuo Kiriyama become the most ruthless players. Transfer student Shogo Kawada spares Shuya after killing 1 student, while Shuya accidentally kills another. Basketball player Shinji Mimura recruits others to help him hack into the computer system to disrupt the program. Amid shifting loyalties and violent confrontations, Shuya promises to keep Noriko safe, as Kuninobu had feelings for her. They are eventually rescued by Kawada, who reveals that he won a previous Battle Royale at the cost of his girlfriend, who sacrificed herself when they were the final 2 remaining. He volunteered for the current Battle Royale game to avenge her by winning and killing those in charge. Kiriyama eventually attacks and wounds Shuya with his Wanseren, but Shuya is saved by Sugimura. Shuya awakens in the island's lighthouse, bandaged by Yuki Utsumi. 5 other girls are hiding there, having made a pact to not participate in the game. Yuko Sakaki, having witnessed Shuya accidentally kill Tatsumichi Oki, attempts to poison his food. However, another girl, Yuka, eats it, leading to a confrontation between the group, which results in a shootout. All but Yuko are killed. Guilt-ridden, she jumps to her death. Shuya reunites with Noriko and Kawada, and the trio sets out to find Mimura. Later, Sugimura is killed by Kotohiri, and he professes his love for her before he dies. Mitsuko kills her and, in a flashback, 05, is shown to have a traumatic, abusive childhood. Back in the present, she is killed by Kiriyama. Mimura and 2 others successfully infiltrate the computer system, which Kitano manually resets. Kiriyama arrives and kills them, but Mimura uses his homemade bomb to blow up the base, injuring and blinding Kiriyama. When the trio arrives at the base, Kawada engages in a shootout with Kiriyama. Kiriyama's Uzi injures Kawada, while Kawada manages to detonate Kiriyama's collar. On the final day, the trio awakens on the shore. Kawada, aware of the collar's internal microphones, feigns killing Shuya and Noriko. Believing Kawada has won, Kitano brings him into the base, but realizes that Kawada hacked the system months beforehand and had disabled Shuya and Noriko's tracking devices. Shuya and Noriko enter the control room, and Kitano unveils a painting of the massacred class, depicting Noriko as the victor. He explains that he was unable to bear the hostility from his students, having been rejected by his own daughter, and that, because Noriko never disrespected him, he views her as a daughter. He asks her to kill him, but Shuya shoots him after he threatens them. After a final phone conversation with his daughter, Kitano succumbs to his wounds. The trio leaves the island on a boat, but Kawada dies from his injuries. Sometime later, 05, Noriko gives Shuya the knife that Kuninobu had used to injure Kitano. Shuya and Noriko are declared fugitives by the Japanese government, last seen on the run toward. In an epilogue, Shuya dreams of Kuninobu, who tells him to move on with his life and that everything will be okay. Noriko reflects on the time she met Kitano for ice cream after the knife attack. When she tells him she has Kuninobu's knife in her possession, Kitano responds, "In this moment, what should an adult say to a kid?" But Battle Royale wasn't just a movie, it was a lightning rod for controversy. Upon release in Japan, the government and media exploded with outrage. The idea of school children brutally killing one another struck a nerve in a society that deeply valued order and respect. Lawmakers attempted to block the film, calling it dangerous and immoral, with some saying it would encourage youth violence. In fact, Japan's National Diet debated whether it should ever have been made at all. The film was given a strict R15 rating, barring younger teens from seeing it, but that only added to its allure. Outside Japan, the controversy grew even louder. In the United States, distributors were hesitant to release it, fearing backlash after school shootings like Columbine. For years, the movie was effectively blacklisted in North America, circulating only through bootlegs, imports, 0, 5, and whispers on the internet. In the United Kingdom, it faced heated criticism but eventually secured release, while in South Korea, its screening was restricted. The bans and censorship didn't stop people from watching. If anything, they fueled the film's reputation as forbidden cinema. Over time, Battle Royale transformed from a banned curiosity into a cult classic. Film critics began recognizing it as a groundbreaking piece of cinema, blending satirical social commentary with intense action and emotional storytelling. Quentin Tarantino himself called it one of his favorite films of all time, praising its boldness. Fans compared it to A Clockwork Orange for how it captured society's fears about youth violence. Its influence seeped into global culture, from literature to gaming to Hollywood. Suzanne Collins's The Hunger Games will later spark fierce debates about its similarities, with fans pointing out the uncanny resemblance between the two. While Collins denied direct inspiration, many saw Battle Royale as the blueprint for dystopian survival competitions in mainstream entertainment. In Japan, it became a cultural milestone, shocking at first, but later studied as a reflection of the anxieties of a generation caught between tradition and a modern, uncertain future. The impact of Battle Royale was massive, far beyond its own borders. It pushed filmmakers to explore darker, more daring themes. It inspired countless movies, TV shows, and even video games about survival death matches. From The Hunger Games to Squid Game, gamers immediately saw its DNA in the rise of Battle Royale-style games like Fortnite and PUBG. But beyond entertainment, it left a lasting mark on how societies talk about youth, authority, and control. It forced audiences to confront unsettling questions. How much power should adults have over the next generation? What happens when systems built to protect children instead exploit them? And how thin is the line between discipline and destruction? In many ways, the movie predicted a future where violence would become entertainment, where society itself would tune in to watch others struggle for survival. Its story may be fictional, but its warning feels frighteningly real. Today, more than 2 decades after its release, Battle Royale remains one of the most daring, shocking, and unforgettable films ever created. It's not just remembered as a banned movie, it's remembered as a cultural turning point. A movie that challenged authority, exposed the darkness lurking beneath classrooms, and dared to show society its own reflection. Some still find it too violent. Others see it as a masterpiece. But one thing is certain: Battle Royale is no longer just a movie. It's a phenomenon that continues to echo across generations. If you've never seen it, prepare yourself. And if you have, you already know. Survival has never been this terrifying.